Roger Williams in on this and joins us as well from Washington. Good to see you, sir. The questions, and Joe brought this up, that people have been asking today are not whether or not things are going great at the border and whether the policy should change or not, but does that mean that you should impeach the Secretary of Homeland Security because you disagree with those policies? What do you say to that and where this is all playing out among House Republicans?
Well, we'll see. I think if anybody deserves impeachment, it's Mayorkas. I mean, it's totally dereliction of duty. He's lied to the American public. He's lied to Congress, in my view.
What's his high crime
it's a mess.
or his misdemeanor? In other words, what has he done that would rise to the level of impeachment rather than just say, do something that you don't agree with politically?
Well, I think he's failed to act. I mean, look at. I mean, our president hadn't even gone to the border. Our border czar hadn't gone to the border. I think he's failed to act. He's had no program. They just let these people come over. They're giving them money. They're giving them legal advice. They're giving them identification. I mean, is that the way? What kind of program is that?
Is it treason, bribery? Is it another high crime? Is it a misdemeanor? That's the question. That's the question when you talk about impeachment. I'm not arguing with you or asking you anything about the policy at the border. We cover that all the time. We've covered it today. We'll cover it tomorrow. But does it rise to the level is the question.
Well, that's what we got to see. I mean, I'm not here to say if it does or it doesn't right now. I disagree totally with his policy. To me, policy is a statement of how you're going to manage your business, how you're going to treat the country, how you're going to treat law and order. So let's see. I mean, the fact of the matter is we've got what he's done. Now let's put it out there and present it and see what level it goes to. That's what they're trying to do.
Now, in the middle of all this, funny enough, you guys or the Republicans in general have to negotiate with him or his department on this border deal. What about that? Is that going to get done? Is there anything going to be accomplished there, do you think? Or?
Well, we'll see. I hope so. I mean, I'll tell you, in my district, in my state of Texas, I've been going to the border for a long time since I was Secretary of State back in '05, and it's horrible, and you've seen it too. But I think what we have to do is the people in America, the people in my district in Texas, they want something done with the border. That's their first thing. Let's secure the border. Let's get our laws back. Let's get people coming into America that want to come to America for the right reasons. And so we'll see what happens. I mean, right now we've got a lot of debate, a lot of dialogue going on, and we'll take a vote here before long.
The other thing you're working on, I know you're chairman of small business, right? So you had this hearing, I think it's coming up tomorrow, on crime. I was looking at the description of it earlier today. Crime on the rise, how lawlessness is impacting Main Street America. Yeah. And, you know, those are big issues that I've talked over the years with a lot of small business owners about, especially during COVID. I did a lot of stories on that. I remember going to small business owners and they said, boy, we have to do something about this. But that was then. I wonder now if you guys are a little bit late on this, because some of the crime numbers we've seen have started to actually come down, you know, from then.
Well, you talk to business owners, I don't think they'll agree. It's hard to convince them crime numbers are coming down. We're not late on it because we're addressing it now. The truth of the matter is we need to start getting prosecutors that will prosecute. We need to quit telling people if you steal $950 or less, it's no big deal. I can tell you, I'm a small business owner. I've been affected. The last 2 weeks in my car dealerships in Weatherford, Texas, we've had people try to steal cars. So I've been affected by it. You talk to Main Street America, businesses are closing down because there's no police protection. There's people just running rampant. They can't carry inventories. They can't get insurance.
You don't believe those numbers? Essentially, you know, violent crime down. Yeah, I think it was 8%. The number we just flashed up. Murders down 15%. You're saying that.
I don't know that I believe that. I haven't seen that. Okay, but I'm telling you, if you talk to people like me and others, and people are going to have at the hearing, and Main Street and small businesses, it's almost impossible to start a small business right now because you can't get started because people literally are stealing from us and from small business. So I don't know if I believe those numbers. I do know this: if you're a victim of one of these crimes, they're not going to believe it.
Can I ask you one other thing, maybe a bigger picture question about the Republicans in the House, on the House side of the Congress right now? You have a lot that you have to get done. I'm wondering if you're going to be able to get it done. We were just talking at the top of our show about this whole Hunter Biden circus. There's a lot going on in Congress, but what about actually getting things done? Border deal, for example. You said, well, we'll see what happens. Can this conference that has faced so many challenges just being able to function, you know, getting a speaker in place and all the rest, and you were involved in that, I think, yourself a little bit before Mike Johnson took the seat as the Speaker of the House. Is the Republican conference and the House side functional right now?
Well, it's functional. It's also it's fractional. Also, it's fractured, and we need to fix it. We got a job to do, and we've actually done a fairly good, decent job of it, considering what we've been through. Of course, the Senate. I don't blame the Senate for anything, but they're not getting a lot of what they need to be doing done. So I think we can get some things happening. We're going to see what happens come January 20th, February 2nd. We got all these dates out there. But at the end of the day, when you talk about functional or whatever, we've got to be able to a body that functions, that can secure this border. That is the most important thing we got to do. We have a lot of people worried about the Ukraine border. Let's worry about our border, for crying out loud.
Right, but is it? Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.